There's one wrestler who like really was an atrocious voice in these games. Um, he's dead now, and he's redacted. But if you ever hear him back in the games, it's like, oh Jesus, like you actually sound unwell when you're doing these voice acting type of things, you know.
Think of the time frame and recording period, maybe a year before game release, typically. But as well as something in acting as well, it just kind of drag the bit of you out. Yeah, it's kind of hard to lie under the lights. It's hard to do that.
Like I don't mind. Do you know, actually, there's one person who like I could not stop laughing when I saw him voice acting, and it's not a wrestler actually. Funny enough, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. So FIFA did this kind of career mode thing for a few years, and again, it's something different for FIFA, and like it got me to play for a couple of hours and then put it away for the rest of the year. But Ronaldo features the voice in it, you know, and again, other footballers have jumped in now, but Ronaldo's in particular is objectively hilarious because, again, obviously, like he's speaking, it's not his native language, understandably, but he has picked up English from, you know, being in Manchester, being in elsewhere, like, you know, all these are from different sources and received pronunciation, I'd say. The finished article, the way he speaks English makes him sound like Tommy Wiseau. And he has the same speech inflection as Tommy Wiseau. And the fact that like this is supposed to be like, again, he's presented as like the world's greatest footballer. Like he is the god king among men in football, as presented in this. And he sounds a bit like this. And you want it to be really serious? I was like, I'm not fucking taking you seriously at all.
Yeah, he was like, that's a bad fucking.
Like, at least Pele.
Someone did him dirty there.
Like Pele was a man. This guy looks like he has his balls in a vice.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Pele smoked.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
Look at the generations.
It dropped you a couple of octaves.
Yeah, that helps to help.
But there you have, you look at, you have seen Ted Lasso, yeah?
Yeah.
Not as much as I'd like to have.
There is a Zlatan-esque character.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And Zlatan himself, hey, bit of voice acting and all of that, but I tell you what, Zlatan doesn't need to worry about kayfabe. He thinks he's great, and he believes it, and you hear it in his voice.
He's a worker. He's a worker.
But like Ronaldo, none of his stats in charisma, except when he's topless. Good job.
He's a body guy.
But like the most international man of mystery, amazing God gift, carried a nation on his shoulders, David fucking Beckham, and then he talks. There's like just fascinating that's the voice that comes out. Okay.
Doesn't that get to show you that, like, you know, that like football really is such an organic sport, because they're not engineered to be like that? Because if so, then Beckham would sound like a footballer that suits him best. Like the most recent one actually is Cole Palmer, because he's kind of taking the line of, like, you know, he's taking the Ron Simmons route where he doesn't actually talk that much, but what he says is powerful and meaningful. You know, so instead of like saying damn, he just goes what? And he's just like, I think genuinely, I think the reason why he's such a good footballer is that I don't think he's actually able to do anything else human. Like I think his only function in life is to get ball and run and shoot.
But there is a lot of David can tell you better. It's a lot of younger kids were stat driven as players, and you take a player, the hardest bastard ever, if not top 5 greatest Irish players of all time, worst voice ever. Oh, you see him, I'll kill him. See him, I see him out in the pitch. Worst fucking speaking voice ever. Because how did anyone take him fucking serious? That's why he had to kick people.
I think that's why Steve Bruce is so respected, because he has a such lovely, soft, dulcet voice. Shit novelist though, but lovely voice.
It's just weird.
I've read his books, by the way. I've read Steve Bruce's Miss Murder novel. It's hilarious.
Is it supposed to be hilarious?
Right, it's it's not meant to be hilarious, but it's a funny read.
Oh
He
yeah,
basically
yeah.
he made a football murder mystery, um,
Oh,
where
Dream
called
Team.
Striker, where a fictional manager called Steve Barnes, uh, manager of Leathersford Town, definitely not to be confused by Huddersfield Town, which he happened to be at the time. So he was writing this book while this was his side hustle essentially. And I shit you not, the plot of the of the book is, because it is a movie, I'll be honest. The plot of the book is that his star striker, this poor lad called Patrick Duffy, is stabbed in the dressing room of of the home team after a match, and it turns out it was the IRA who did it. And so the rest of the book is him being chased by the IRA before they hit again. And they're hitting his assistant manager, who also happens to be Irish. There's a sniper in the stadium for the last match of the season. They're fighting relegation. There's some serious shit going on. You
The
know, like it's
IRA and their infamous sniper rifles.
yes. Well, considering his second book took on the very sensitive topic of Yugoslavia, uh,
Yeah, I can see that connection.
yep, yep. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the third book. I will just have to double check to make sure I'm not. Okay, no, it was. I misremembered it, but yeah, I think the third book had to do with South America. So you can imagine where the cartel route, shall we say, on that one. But hilarious enough, they published that book with it only being half finished.
Good. There's
Shocking.
Shocking shit altogether.
everyone can write, not everybody should.
Good right. Judy noted, Brian. Judy noted.
Yeah, there's some ideas need more time. Need a little bit more marinating. Maybe you need friends and family to not hate you before you put it out in the world.
That said, terrifying thing happened recently. I have a writer friend who shared a thing on social media, and some book chart somewhere. Some book was after breaking in on it, and at one of the pages at the end of a chapter literally has the description that had been fed into the AI that wrote the chapter that came before.
Yeah.
Somebody had just gotten some AI tool to write and had left in the fucking prompt, self-published the book and charted with it. So
Brilliant. That is genuinely brilliant, because like the
what a meta commentary that writer has chosen to show the fallacy of greater publishing and writing in this modern era. Yeah, publicist. Yeah, come on, I'll have a chat with. No matter. Here's our spin. It's we had a chat GBT prompting session. But I'm neurodivergent. I don't need it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Sometimes I know where I'm going with this story. I just have to sit down and write the fucking thing. I'm not leaving. I'm not getting. AI would not be able to deal with my fucking one-liners. Because the thing with AI is that AI will know where you're going with it anyway, but it doesn't put the actual. It can't put the Dublinese on it. It can't put the Irishness on it. It can't put your own input. Sometimes one of my mates will say something objectively funny. I said, "Do you know what? I am fucking robbing that. I am robbing that line. You can't have it back. That's it." Like Aaron will say something ridiculous in like a conversation. Go, look, I am keeping that up here, and I'm making Jimmy Morris say that unironically. You know, the kind of way, because it is something that he would say. Like Jimmy Morris has become very Roy Keane like in my writing lately, and it's very deliberate, because like it's also the case where it's arms folded. Like Frankie old man going, "This is a load of shite. Used to be much better in my day." That's Jimmy Morris. Like that's the character. You know what I mean?
None of you are doing a single line of coke. These are all shite.
Back in my day, used to be fucking drugs and hookers every day.
I wouldn't fucking trust this entire locker room to tap the fucking air bubbles out of a fucking needle. No, get the fuck out of my way.
It's like
I miss him. I miss Jimmy Morris specifically.
Just that moment.
The fact that even specifically because Aaron always left the sessions early, but it was fucking that he was always in a rush to get the bus.
That's my favorite in joke of all time. That is the best
in retrospect.
The fact that even like Jimmy Morris's last match is gonna incorporate a bus because of that, I think makes it all worthwhile. Like it's not the last ride match; it's the last bus home match. It's like it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be fucking magic.
It's like fucking
Hey, when's here?
Getting.
Oh, did you get knocked? Did you?
Yeah, here we are.
There's shit going down out there.
Lovely.
Oh dear.
Did I bring in the bins? I won't see them for a while.
No, but I might pick up Jamie's bins in about 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, there'll be a promo on the inside of the lid.
Because that's where my promos belong.
Now will you stop it now? Stop that! Stop that!
No, you're cutting a promo on the bin, man, because you'd be fucked if you're getting up that early. Read it, you prick.
The next time you don't collect this fucking bin.
The bin will be placed at a direct right angle to the wall beside the gate of the establishment, where there will be help.
Oh god.
Is that toupee with an accent or no? No, sorry, that's the hairpiece. There'll be well toupee.
Bye.
This game's great. What's been happening?
A lot of plots. There's been plots. Thankfully, No Way Out is the whole we discovered the truth pay-per-view. So don't have no fear, guys. Everything will be revealed right now on No Way Out.
But who is the masked man?
Well, Jamie, that's one of the first things we're going to find out in No Way Out. So the plots as things stand is we have Undertaker. Looks like Santino and Finlay have got the man back in them, but who is the man? Is the real question of the question to be answered tonight is who's the man in the Undertaker storyline? Chris Jericho, we mentioned, who's the masked man. He's narrowed it down to Randy Orton or Mr. Kennedy. With Triple H, he has a decision to make whether he wants to align with Randy Orton and Batista to become a reform Evolution, or does he want to align with Shawn Michaels to reform DX. He is facing Randy Orton tonight apparently for the world title, so he needs to decide now what to do with that. CM Punk is still chasing the ECW championship because of the shenanigans that he did.
I didn't want to interrupt the chat that was going on, but totally assaulted somebody backstage. I imagine Elijah Burke was fearing for his life after that altercation.
I do believe that that Bruce Pritchard was shaken to his core and couldn't function for the rest of the day. And somehow Chris Hero was there in a pink shirt. I'm not sure why he was there. But however, yes. So yes, Elijah Burke is currently the current target because he is the current ECW champion. Or he's certainly a very disputed ECW champion. Then we have on the Smackdown, who else am I missing now on the Feuds? Oh yeah, John Cena still fighting with the MVP. Tony has been attacked, so he's now fighting for the American Army. So that's going to be developed as well between MVP, Umanga, and William Regal. And then we have Batista and Rey Mysterio seemingly on a collision course with each other because Rey Mysterio is a Royal Rumble winner, but Batista's going to be facing Edge for the World Championship. So it's going to be a bit interesting. And to start off our show, Chris Jericho is calling out one of the suspects, and he's chosen Mr. Kennedy here.
Here he comes. But he's supposed to have a championship match tonight, JR.
Oh yeah, Jericho's also fighting for the World Championship, but against John Cena. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Retcon. Never happened.
That'd be a good match.
Again, I choose to believe that John Cena has been cloned.
Oh, complete shot. Awful maneuver.
It's such a bad finisher. I was like, oh, you fell.
Yeah. Whoop. Oopsie doopsies.
The thing that was funny about that was like, come here and I give myself a rock bottom.
Yeah.
That's what you're taking the bump, you fucking idiots.
Yeah. Like, all right. 3, 2, 1, and I fall down while I'm hugging you. I mean, actually, you know what? I've just described professional wrestling. Sorry.
Another move that I really hated was Kazarni's finisher. If you remember him, and he had this kind of weird, like he basically had like
friends with him on Facebook.
Oh, well, apparently he does very good. workshops and stuff, doesn't he?
That's
Yeah.
literally why I'm friends with him on Facebook, because I was
Yeah.
in the school at the time of COVID hitting, and we all got told to add this dude because he was doing seminars.
Yeah, did he?
Seems like a
Apparently
nice
he's quite
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, his finish
Go on,
W was
Mark.
off.
What was?
It was weird. It was like this kind of like it was supposed to be like it was called the merry-go-round, and like the whole idea was basically it was like a rolling. It was kind of like a rolling DDT job, but the problem was that the DDT itself, the actual, there's no impact to the DDT because it's rolling. So there's actually he's actually taking it like DDT is like hook and down, and you're hitting the head there. But the way he does it, it's like it takes the fizz out of the DDT and just rolls in gently to a slow stop. I was like, that's not a finisher. Like
I just had a look at it there. It just looks like a double arm breaker as opposed to a DDT.
Yeah,
it looks like it would hurt your upper back as opposed to drop you on the top of your heady.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in a sense,
odd.
like it doesn't hurt
Very
at all
strange.
because like it's a bit uncomfortable. I was like, oh, don't do that.
At least
again.
at least he has good taste in Facebook friends. You can say that from good man, Kazerny. Qualifier.
Kazerny,
Wait a
Brian,
minute.
I'll bury to my friends.
Wait a minute. Something's happening.
Something is happening. Bear in mind, this isn't an official match after all. Christopher Jericho is wrestling later on, or so he thinks.
Dun, dun, dun.
But we picked the wrong man.
Password incorrect.
Send news.
Fucking-
I mean, sorry. What?
Fucking verification email me bollocks.
Need some two-factor authentication on here.
What do you mean? Me password shouldn't be me old. Me new password shouldn't be me old password. Oh, that's how they get fucking heat with somebody. Just have the entire.
New password is the same as the old password, one number incremental.
Just out of no, anger, fury. Oh, Papa Roach.
Yes, they are the theme song of Monday Night Raw, of the Royal Rumble, of No Way Out, and of WrestleMania 24. Wow, it was a great year for Papa Roach.
They put the work in. Every
That
year is a
song
great
was
year.
Really big.
Every year is a great year for Papa Roach. God, I loved new metal.
Right. So here's a perfect example of Super Cena booking, right? He has taken on the three members of the Better Than Utopia in one match.
Yes.
It's a gauntlet.
Okay, yeah,
That's
that's
now going to give him rules. Now the question
sounds
is,
like Cena.
if he's going to win this match, which again, whoever you're playing as must win all the matches. Why would he face MVP at WrestleMania if he's just beaten them at a substantially more
Along
difficult
with
match?
his two partners.
Yeah.
It's a fun question.
Rude. Very rude.
How dare you disagree? How dare you besmirch William Regal like this?
In layman's terms, this basically says I'm screwed, right?
I mean,
Rule number 1. I need a 5 count to pin a Utopian. But you guys just need a 3 count on me. Where am I? King Kong Bundy?
Very good joke, by the way.
Rule 2, amid the ipsos and factos, says I can't use rope breaks. But you can. That's very clever.
I like the almost stooge, Three Stooge like mirroring of Cena by Regal's model there.
Utopians can leave the ring at will. But I'll be counted out.
Oh, thank God. No dives.
Anything else? Nothing about tying my hands behind my back?
Well, there is one more bit of fine print.
You just
What does it
seal
say?
it.
All's fair in love and
Ah, it's just gonna kiss him. Mwah.
Ah, rubble.
I mean, that's very punchy.
Those were shoot punches.
I know, yeah.
That was disgraceful. You Better Than Utopia really are a rogue state if this is the sort of carry on they're going to do.
He left no air for the Holy Spirit there at all.
Not at all. That's diabolical, that is.
That's uncouth. You know what Umaga would do? He'd take Holy Communion like this.
And then Samoan spike the priest.
greeting you from ringside. And what a night we have, partner. That's right, Stein.
Nope. Not following that thought.
Nope.
I recently found out that Joey Styles there was meant to be the lead broadcaster of WCW if Eric Bischoff had picked it up with Fusion Media. I'm
Interesting.
suddenly rethinking all of my previous booking decisions.
we can have him debut as a main roster character. He starts shooting on the boys.
One of these years.
Yeah.
One of these years I'll find time and it'll happen.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't mind, but they actually put a WCW War Games arena in the game now.
Oh, no,
Like,
well, that makes
it's
your
like
life a whole lot
they set
easier.
it up for me to do it, but
Yeah.
I'll
All in good time. All in good time. So yes, even because CM Punk is not involved in the tournament finals, he gets this Met match against Big Daddy V, which means, shockingly enough, No Way Out has 2 ECW matches on the
I
card.
was gonna say, ECW brand famously getting multiple matches per pay-per-view.
Like, this is unbelievable. This doesn't normally happen, ever. Not even on ECW pay-per-views does this actually happen. I mean, fucking December to December, eat your heart out, lads.
World's biggest. What was? Oh, remind me, my Star Trek bad. Spock. What the fuck was he?
Vulcan.
Vulcan.
World's
That's,
biggest Vulcan.
yes, world's biggest Vulcan. Thank you. I didn't feel comfortable saying that word really. I don't know why.
The best part was you stopped yourself from making a big Freudian slip, which was a big world's biggest vibrator. Because I heard you go, "Vuh." I was like, no. What's the Vulcan vibrator? I can't remember.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've got the shocker, so we got the. Oh, live long and prosper.